Happy Friday, Eagles Nation. Welcome to today's episode of Bird Bus. Stephen Hellmann here flying solo while Tom's in Philly doing his thing for our show. But thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for this bye week. And I know people want to see the game, but like we need this time off. It would have been a letdown game coming into Detroit, and now I feel like we're going to be better prepared for this game after a huge win. But we got a slate of games. You got the Browns going to Washington. You got the Chipper taking on the Dallas Cowboys, the Dez Bryant-less Dallas Cowboys, and then you got Sammy B against the Vikings. I mean, these are some good. If we're gonna have a bye week, come on, at least gave us some good games. They gave us some good games to watch. I'm excited for it. So it's gonna be a great Sunday and Monday night, I suppose, because that's when the Vikings game is. So I'm pumped up. Carson Wentz, Rookie of the Month. Are you kidding me? Oh, and Fletcher Cox, Defensive Player of the Month. This team, the defense has been incredible. I sent out a tweet the other day. The Eagles are outscoring teams 58-10 in the second half. You want to talk about making adjustments? You want to talk about game managing? Doug Peterson is the ultimate game manager, and he's under the tutelage of Andy Reid, who can't use a timeout to save his life still. Doug Peterson, the way he's managing this game, the way he's making adjustments in the second half, that speaks for itself. 58-10, we've outscored teams in the second half. Are you kidding me? 58-10, that is unreal. And 7 of those points, by the way, was the Eddie Royal punt return. So, I mean, that's ridiculous. We're talking about making adjustments on both the offensive and defensive side of the ball. Coming out with that offense, way to attack the game, have a game plan. Unreal. Defense making adjustments to whatever. I mean, they've been shutting people down anyway in the first half, but just completely flattening them in the second half. That's been awesome. So we're going to go to your Bird Bus questions. Not too many of them, but we do have some really good ones. Justin Bradley, my boy Justin Bradley, asked whose first game was the Steelers game. What a game to go to, Justin. That must have been one good one. Do you think this team is a top 3 in the NFC or even a Super Bowl contender? Oh my God, I could not read that. I do not think that this team is a top 3 team. I will say that they are a top 5 team in the NFC, though, because I have Panthers over them. Vikings are my top team, but Vikings, Panthers. I put Green Bay ahead of us. Then I'll put Seattle, and then us or the Cardinals. We're close. It's us or the Cardinals, but I think those are the 6 teams that are going to go into the playoffs. But that is I'd say we're 5 or 6 right now. I'm gonna give us the edge over the Cardinals because like Carson Palmer hasn't looked the same, and they just got lit up by the Bills, and we're 3-0. So Super Bowl contender, I'm gonna say, you know what? You get in the playoffs, anything's possible. Do I think we're gonna win the Super Bowl this year? No. I didn't think we were gonna beat the Steelers though. I didn't think we were gonna beat them by 31 points nonetheless. So anything's possible, once you get in. But I do think we host a playoff game, and like I said, we win that playoff game. I said that at the beginning of the year when Sammy B was still on the roster. So I do hold true to that. I said the Eagles were gonna go 10-6 when Sammy B was still on the roster. I do think that this team goes 10-6 without Sammy B. So, I do think we have a good squad. And, you know what? I think we are contenders in the NFC this year. Super Bowl contenders remains to be seen. Colin Zatelli asks, what have Cowboys fans been salty as F about Wentz? I'm not reading these questions right now. I don't know why. You know what? No, I do know why. I'm just kidding, Colin. I know why. They've been salty because they're peanut butter and jealous. They want Carson Wentz. Listen, Carson Wentz is better. I'm sorry, he's just better. Dak Prescott has played great. I will give him that. I think Dak Prescott's a good player. The only thing I don't like about him is that he plays for the Cowboys. Other than that, he's looked good. He's got that. I mean, he does have the great offensive line, but the guy has done. He's done less with more. I'm sorry, but he's done less with more. And Carson Wentz, this team wasn't supposed to be that good this year. And Carson Wentz has not only looked like the best rookie by far that of anyone in the class, but we're also talking like he might be playing like the best quarterback in the league right now. We're not even talking rookies. We're talking best QB in the league right now. Carson Wentz is playing as. I'm not saying he is the best QB in the league because Brady's out. Cam, Cam and Newton has had a tough, first 3 games, but he's playing some good teams. And Aaron Rodgers, he had that bad game against Minnesota. But right now, Carson Wentz, through 3 games, if you look at just those 3 games, don't look at anyone else's career, anything else. You just look at the first 3 games of 2016. you can make the case that Carson Wentz has been the best quarterback. You can make that case, and I'm sorry, Dak Prescott just threw his first touchdown pass to Des Bryant, who he's not going to have this weekend when he takes on the Chipper. And you know the Chipper's going to love that. So, I mean, I just think that they're jealous of what we have. I think they're just looking for a reason to hate because they're going to be like 5 rings, 5 rings, 5 rings. No one cares about your 5 rings anymore, dude. That argument, it's just it just no one cares about it anymore. Next question, at Billy Eberline 28 asks, will we see a different Eagles team after this bye week? No, I expect more of the same. I mean, we have a harder schedule. I will say that we do have a harder schedule going forward. But I mean, if the Eagles can get out, get this win in Detroit, go 4-0. I mean, I was listening to 97.5 on the radio because I try and do that as a way just to feel like I'm at home when I'm out here in LA. So they broke it down 7-6 down the rest of the stretch. It gets us a 10-6 record. That is very reasonable considering how well this defense has played, how Carson Wentz is playing, and the schedule. I mean, we play some good teams. We had that stretch where we play Seattle, Green Bay, then Cincinnati. That's gonna be tough. If you can get one win there, that's good. And you have the Vikings coming into town soon, so it's gonna be tough. And in the division games, even though we are the best team in the division, it's gonna be tough. Those games are always difficult. So I do think that we'll see a same team, but we're gonna play some better teams. So it'll be interesting going forward. Next question. At Showtime 804 asks, should we try and just replace right tackle if Lane is suspended? Praying he won't be, but moving to right tackle would ruin the stability we have on the offensive line. Trying to move 2 parts to just one position. Thank you, Showtime 804. I could not agree more. I've been thinking about this. I wish I said it, but I've been thinking about this. Why? If it's broke, it's simple. If it's broke, don't fix it. I love Barbary at left. It's just working right now. It's just working. And yeah, is Barbary probably is the best right tackle besides Lane on the roster? Absolutely, he absolutely is. But he's been so good at left guard. Just keep him there. That's the way I look at it. And you put some guy on right tackle. You put a tight end on the right side to help chip. You're good at left guard. Now, if you move Barbary to right tackle, you're not going to be as good as right tackle anyway. And whoever comes in at left guard, if it's Malo, they're not going to play. So you're going to ruin the chemistry. I say you keep him at left guard. So when Lane comes back, easy transition. Those guys are playing together. Great comment, and I hope that the Eagles do that. I hope that they just put a guy in at right tackle, whether it's Big V, anyone. I just hope that they plug someone in because I'd rather just keep Barbary at left because if it's broke, don't fix it, man. Good. That's a great comment. That is a great point. Next question. At Smith Boy 93 asks, do you think Small will get more carries against the Lions, and what are your thoughts about our wide receivers playing so far? I think it'll depend on the game. I mean, he'll definitely get maybe not as much as he did against Pittsburgh, but I think his role will be increased. I mean, they called his number and he stepped up. Last game also against the Steelers, Sproles we got him involved more. I'm sure they saw something more like we gotta get this guy the ball more. But Matthews obviously hurt his ankle. He went out early, and luckily it wasn't too serious. But we really didn't need him, so that's good. But I expect I do expect them to get some more carries. But I think Ryan Matthews will be back, and he'll be ready to rock. And thoughts on the receivers playing so far? I think the receivers have been good. I know that's probably not like the most popular answer, but they've been good. Yeah, we dropped balls. We're 3-0. Who cares? I mean, once the drops are starting to lose us games like they did last year, that's when I'm really going to have a problem. Will the drops need to get cleaned up? Absolutely. But I think the receivers have been playing well because, we do not have an elite receiver yet. And I put out a tweet the other day, and you guys, everyone's got to be patient with Jordan Matthews. Everyone's got to be patient. Dude, Jordan Matthews' first 2 seasons, he's outperformed Des Bryant, by a couple hundred yards. And this year, he's doing better than Des Bryant. I know Des Bryant had an injury, but look at the numbers. Matthews has 200 yards, I think 2 touchdowns. Des has 150, 1 touchdown. So, and their offense is supposed to be better. So, I mean, all I'm saying is, be patient with Jordan Matthews. This guy can develop into a number 1 receiver. It's definitely possible. But when you have a guy like DGB out there, who's huge, we're going to throw it around to, he's even though he's not the greatest wide receiver, he's just such, his body and just the way, the things he can do as a player just because of his size, makes him so hard to cover, makes him such a mismatch. Then you have Nelson Aguilar, who's looked pretty good this year. You got to admit, he's looking fast, he's looking confident, they're getting the ball, they're getting him involved. Josh Huff, I just don't know if there's room for him right now because kind of what we did with Josh Huff last year, we're doing with Nelson this year just because Nelson's faster, more talented, whatnot. But I like how the receivers have played so far. I look for them to get better. That's the thing. I'm glad we didn't bring in a top wide receiver. Not top wide receiver, but I'm glad we didn't bring in Josh Gordon because I didn't want to take that risk. And he just went to rehab too. But I wanted to let these guys develop this year and see what we have. Evaluate what we have because we have some good guys. See what they can grow into. And then in the offseason, go get a burner. Go get a burner. I know Alshon Jeffries would be sick, but you're probably going to give too much money to him. Get a burner because that's all you need. You need a guy like Deshaun back who's going to be a free agent. And, he would be cool, but, Terrell Pryor will be out there too, so I say you get a burner, and then you have all these big wide receivers with the one fast guy. I love it, and I think the receivers playing well, and I look for them to get better. And then last just comment here, Ricardi12 asked, not Ricardi, that's pasta. Rico TJ asked, 12, no questions, we're legit. The QB plus the defense, there's no question. Just watch out for them birds. I totally agree. This team's legit. And I'm not talking about this year. This team is built to win long term. Everyone on this team is so young. You got your guy winning rookie of the. You got obviously rookie of the month and Carson Wentz, but Fletcher Cox defensive player of the month. The guy's 25 going into it. He just signed this huge deal. We got him locked up long term. Jordan Hicks is looking like one of the best middle linebacker, probably the best middle linebacker in the division, and he's 24. You got the best safety tandem in the league in Malcolm Jenkins and Rodney McLeod. Rodney McLeod has looked absolutely ridiculous. All these guys are so young, and we're going to be good for years to come. We don't have many old veterans on this squad. We don't have many people on the squad that aren't contributing. I love this team. I love everything that we're doing. I think we're going to compete this year, 10-6. Write it down. We're hosting that home playoff game, and we're going to win it. And then anything can happen. But then this team, we're building for long term. I love everything that's happening. Fly, Eagles, fly. I will see you on Monday for the weekly chirp. There will be no rant this week, unfortunately. You know what? If Chip Kelly wins, I might put out a video because I'm just pumped. I'm pumped. And I know people resent Chip Kelly so much. I do not resent Chip Kelly. I think after the Andy Reid thing, this is what I want to get off my chest. I was thinking, what did I want to get? This is what I want to get off my chest. After the Andy Reid era, we were in need of a rebuild. Did Chip do the best job he could have done? Absolutely not. But did Chip bring in some good players? He did. He brought in some good players. J-Matt, Ertz, Benny Logan, Lane Johnson, Malcolm Jenkins. He brought in, those are 5 guys right there that are really key contributors to this team. I don't know how else to say it. Those are 5 guys right now that you're building, you're building this team around. You gave them money. He brought in some good guys. I'll give him that. We needed a rebuild after Reid. Am I glad Chip's gone? Hell yes, I am. But, I had nothing against Chip. He obviously he was bad last year, but I'm not going to hold a grudge against Chip Kelly. I don't think he's going to work out in the NFL. I don't think he was. I thought he did all right, but he got figured out. And there's obviously some serious flaws of the game, and I would not want him back at all. But I'm just saying he wasn't as bad as he thought it was. The absolute power. That he got, they corrupt him, but he wasn't that bad. He did some good things for us, and I think he did more good than bad, and that's all I'm going to say about Chip. I'm glad he's gone, but I do think he did more good for us than bad. Thank you for joining me, guys. I will see you on Monday.